All right, so what does a solution focused perspective look like? There is always an exception to a problem. Why this is important, especially now, is to help you understand these three main points of this perspective to help you manage your emotions and help you get through a distressful day. You already have skills, you already have coping mechanisms, you already have the resilience to do what you need to do to take care of yourself. This just reinforces you to do those things that are already helping you. My job is to help you to bring those to light and say, hey, you're already doing this. That helps you. That's great. You enjoy a 10-minute walk in between the workday. That is being solution focused. What's helping you? What's already working? Goal oriented. This is a very goal oriented approach, meaning I always ask, well, where do you want to see yourself? What's the ending you want? What's the result you want? This is a common question I'll ask with clients who are struggling with something. And I say, where do you want to be in 4 months? Or a family, if I see a family, like, what is your goal in this family? Like, what do you want from the child you brought in? Oh, I just want him to listen to me more. Whatever that is, be able to define that. Then you can go towards that, and already having a goal is good for emotional mental health, just kind of focused toward going somewhere. The thing with this one, when I say there is an exception to every problem, I'll have somebody will say, no, sometimes there's just problems that can't be fixed. There are exceptions to the problem, especially when we're dealing with mental health. Like, what is already working for you? I guarantee you're doing things that are helping you. I'm just making you mindful to do more of those things. But being solution focused, what does that look like as whole? Being active? Well, this is helpful to approach our symptoms. This is what I say. People want techniques and skills to help them feel better. That is not what makes them effective. Techniques and skills in managing anxiety is to help you manage them while you're anxious. They're not going to take away your anxiety. So as I said before, anxiety is part of the human experience, but we can manage it very well. But again, you're using those skills and techniques while anxious to help you through them, right? I always want to empower you to understand your own relationship to anxiety and not be scared of it. Another analogy I like to give is when, hopefully this doesn't really happen to you, but when you're being chased, let's just say you're being chased, or anybody being chased by something, or when you're walking, you feel like somebody's behind you, right? What do? If you can keep walking and still be a little anxious, like there's something behind me or somebody's doing something behind me. You're always going to have that uncertainty, but a slight sense of distress going, what is that? Well, I say, as uncomfortable as it is, you turn around and you face it. So face the anxiety, or face what's chasing you, and anxiety tends to chase us. Then you can look at it and examine it, but it's uncomfortable. You're like, oh, I don't like looking at this, but okay, now that I see it in front of me, this is what I can do. That's being empowered, right? And then you're much more in control. Anxiety likes to take away that control. And effective solutions, I already say that, to use while anxious, not to make it go away. I say this because many times I'll have repeated patterns that I see of people saying, okay, this didn't work. So I'm saying, do you stop doing it? You don't just stop a technique, just like when you're busy in the workplace, you're constantly honing your skills, right? Mental health is the same thing. When you break down that word, or those two words, it just means the health of the mind. We are constantly having to take care of the health of our mind, right? So you constantly have to be practicing these skills that I'm going to share shortly. So these are some techniques I want to introduce to you today. I already talked about what's already helping, but what is already helping? Ask yourself that. It's a way of being mindful and looking at what you're doing in a given day that's helping you through something, as simple as enjoying work, as simple as not being that grouchy parent, perhaps, with kids at home, doing online learning, whatever that looks like. What is already helping you to be more composed? There's an accept skill, which I'll break down. I love acronyms, but accept, that's the word I've been using, right? Accepting that you're feeling this way so you can do something about it. Common empathy, characteristics that I want you to embody and what that looks like, and square breathing. So breathing, by the way, I know you've heard about. It's people, talk about deep breathing all the time, especially when we're dealing with mindfulness. But I want to say, coming from me years ago when I went to business school, I was the skeptic on deep breathing. I was the person that actually said, oh, I'm too busy. I don't have time to breathe. I don't have time to sit and breathe. I'll tell you how effective it is that This exercise, 48 seconds, only 48 seconds. So it's less than a minute, and it can help you think better. So I'll talk about that.